What's up, guys? Uncle Luke is here today, and I have a very, very special guest with me. This is Chad. I know you guys know him, but before he does an introduction, I want to kind of give my little introduction. And Chad is like the first creator guy I really met up with, and he's probably the creator guy that I've met up with the most times. He lives in South Florida. You guys know that me and my family love to go to South Florida. So I'm trying to think, Chad. We've met up at the Conrad at least twice. We met in Vegas. We met in New Orleans. And we're about due for another meetup. And we're going to talk about that later at this year's creator meetup in San Jose, Puerto Rico. But I want to give you a chance to introduce yourself to the probably nobody that doesn't know you. But if there's a few out there, they deserve a little intro.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you for having me. And I am Chad of Chad's Money Minutes and Chad's Money Travels. I'm trying to branch into a travel channel because I'm big on points redemptions and cataloging those trips, and I just don't want to jumble them on two channels. I've been doing this for a couple of years, drawing great inspiration from great creators such as Luke, and actually have a funny story about how this channel came to be because of a direct inspiration from him that he might not even remember. Other than that, I earn my points, me and the wife, I use my points and I use them to the best of my capacity, and I take great pleasure in teaching others how to do the same.
Awesome. So what was the inspiration? You got me on my toes now.
All right, funny thing. I'm Chad's Money Minutes because I formed this channel as a short form channel before YouTube Shorts were even a thing. All of my videos were a minute. Great information, horrible rewatchability. And actually, when I discovered you had like 3,500 subs. And I commented on one of your videos. It was about the Amex trifecta and how I hybridized my own trifecta. And I'm like, all right, let me leave this little comment or whatever. You were the first YouTube creator to ever respond to a comment
very
that
cool.
I put on.
I still respond to almost every single one of them.
I was just like, whoa, wait, what? Like, this guy spoke to me, like, he's got 3,500 people watching. Who am I with this dinky channel? And because of that, you inspired me to go in and create the MX benefit playlist that's on my channel, where I outlined every single benefit. I'm going to get back to that since they've done the change, but that was my segue into long form content. That was the switch from short form to long form, and that was actually because of you.
Love it. I did want to shout out my Filipino head of security here, Glenn Ardonia. He says, hello, Chad and Luke, the best tag team in credit card mania. And it's going to run wild on you, Dino. Shout out to Dino.
Awesome. He's awesome. I had the pleasure of meeting him in Vegas. He's awesome.
He's a Vegas guy, yeah. And I keep trying to get him to come to more, but and one thing about Dino here is he completely kills this game with the Capital One duo. And that's it. That's it. And he goes everywhere. I don't know where every time I look he just did Vienna, Austria, Prague, and another European all at once. It does nothing but Capital One miles.
That's awesome.
He's insane.
Their shopping portal.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's very, very valuable if you have the time to focus that much into them, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, their portal is OP.
And my brother from the first capital, James Ragland, what's up, man? I'm going to be down your way tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. That's kind of another appointment. We got a bunch of regulars here, good friends of the channel, like Mr. Bengal Mike Newland. We got Ian and my man. Where did my man go? Cesar Joel. Speaking of the creator meetup, let's go ahead and get this out of the way, Chad. The creator meetup, it's not just for creators, right?
Absolutely. This is going to be the third one that we're doing, and I've had a lot of fun with subscribers, with fellow creators, with burgeoning creators, and people who just want to know what's like, people we meet, Johnny on the spot, who are like, who are you guys and what are you doing?
Yeah. We've had two of them so far, and this one's going to probably be the biggest one. It's in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I think a lot of people are going November 6th through 11th, but it's going to be that Saturday, that weekend between November 6th and 11th. It's not just creators, guys. It's anybody who is a nerd in the game. And even if you don't consider yourself a nerd, meetups are where you get the next level information. You get like the real techniques that you can't put on YouTube and you can't put on blogs. Everybody has a good time. And one thing we talked about offline is, one thing I have to mention about these type of things is it is a incredibly positive environment. It's a bunch of like-minded people sharing information in a beautiful place. Cesar Joel is hosting this year. He is from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico, so I'm really, really excited about it. My little boy and my wife are excited about it, and it's just a fun time. So if you can come, think about it. If you're watching this and you're in this game, you can go. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can go.
Do a redemption, make it happen, and it's family friendly. As you heard Luke say, his wife and his son. Like, my wife has been to one. I went to the first one solo. I don't think she's coming to this one because she may have to work. But you can bring your wives, your children. There's nothing that happens that can't happen in the middle of dinner. You know what I mean? And we have a lot of fun, and we do some drinking. It's all good time, straight positive vibes.
Just right off the rip, Happy Tom's coming. I missed it. How do we get it? Brady. Oh, Brady's. You remember Brady? This dude. Listen, this dude. He's a youngster. I'm not sure how old he is, but he's, compared to me and you, he's very young.
Yeah, him and his brother.
Yes, these dudes are killing the game in such a fashion, man. I'm jealous of them because they're doing it early. They're doing it when they're not tied down with a lot of other life's crazy stuff. Can't wait to see you, Brady, for sure. Cool dudes. And like Cesar says, Puerto Rico's got we're fresh off the news of Bad Bunny doing the Super Bowl. So Cesar Joel is actually going to karaoke a fair amount of Bad Bunny songs while we're there. So that's a warm up. If you're not familiar with the Bad Bunny, come to the meetup. We'll get you squared away. We'll get you acclimated to his music. Filmo says, if you're on the fence about going, just go. Yeah, absolutely, man. And Cesar is laughing because if you guys didn't know, Bad Bunny is known to wear a dress. So Cesar. A lot of Army guys are doing that right now. And that's my favorite thing about Cesar. He's an Army guy, and I'm a Navy guy, so we both have earned the right to take jabs at each other. I love it. All right, Chad. We usually start this off with, what'd you book? And for those of you that are not familiar, you in the audience, in the chat, this is your time to brag. We encourage the bragging because all it does is inspire the rest of us to have. And you guys make me jealous with your redemptions. So, Chad, some of these dudes in here, they're I'm flying the first class to Rome, and then taking a cruise, and then I'll fly back from Zurich. And these dudes are killing the game, and these are high level. This is a very high level audience.
Oh, absolutely.
Ian just booked Green Bay for nobody likes the Eagles, dude, but respect. They are defending Super Bowl champs, and they are extremely good. Just booked Green Bay. I'm curious. Did you get a direct flight from Philly or you're in Massachusetts, right? Did you get a direct flight to Green Bay? Because that's not the easiest place to get to. They do have a choice hotel close to that stadium. Rewards Master, he's booking crazy stuff. Abu Dhabi, business class on Etihad. That's awesome, dude. Me and Dino went to Abu Dhabi, but we flew to Dubai on Emirates. Okay. But we did like a little day trip to Abu Dhabi, and you remember it's like the palace, like the $3 billion palace or whatever that they have the coffee with the gold flakes in it. I've got a funny picture of me on the sofa dragging my feet across it like Rick James in a $2 billion palace. So they should have never let me in there. So yes, that's my claim to fame in Abu Dhabi. I rub my feet all over it.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah. So, all right, you guys are here. We go. Boston to Minneapolis to Green Bay. Okay, staying at a Hyatt. All right. Okay. Qatar business class to Berlin. See what I mean? This business rewards master is. You got to be rewards master. You got to be retired. Are you retired, or you just have a lot of extra time off?
Yeah, he moves.
Yeah, he's incredible. Oh, and by the way, I don't want to forget rewards master. Whoops, Rewards Master also has a YouTube channel. Most of you are probably familiar with it, but if you're not, go check it out. He does talk about these crazy, great redemptions. He's got a different style than some of us, so it's good to have a different perspective. Rich with Points, we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's the guy with the website. Not sure where to go to meet up with people, but I'll be there. That information will probably be coming out more so towards when we get closer.
Yeah.
It won't be hard to find. Philadelphia to Zurich on American Airlines, only $400 using the system-wide upgrade, sir. Uncle Luke is killing it, and he's killing it in a different way.
Yeah,
Chad, these dudes are doing it every which way. I mean,
because that's still a get. You know what I mean? 400%. That's still a get. That's a good get.
New again. Head to England and Madrid, England, and Scotland for 2 weeks. I'm going to Madrid in January, and I think about it every day. I'm going solo, and I got I'm not a big soccer guy, but I respect the whole thing, and I have a tour to the stadium for Real Madrid. Okay. Apparently, it's a really cool stadium, so I got a tour there and some food tours, and I just can't wait to go. I hope to plan a trip to Jordan and Saudi Arabia and Morocco. Okay, good luck. I had a trip planned to Morocco, and all the research I did on it, Chad, every day, YouTube videos and different vloggers and stuff, all the research I did on it was negative.
Really?
To the point where if you stay anywhere near that center, you're just constantly getting bothered by people and really aggressive merchants and the touristy scam type things.
Sounds
it was
like
just
Cairo.
A lot like that, I imagine. And that was when I just changed it to Lima, Peru.
Yeah,
and listen, like Cairo. I can't tell you enough good stuff about Lima, Peru. It's not something that anybody talks about, and there's nothing spectacular great there, but for a change of pace, it's a really cool thing to do. Okay. No, you don't have to do an overnight flight. It's the same time zone, I think. Really cool. South America.
All right, yeah. I haven't been to South America yet. That's one of the continents I haven't touched yet.
I want to take 6 months or 8 months and just do South America. Like it was that cool.
Wow.
Tushar, Boston to Istanbul, Turkish business class. Nice, man. Using the city 50% boost. That's awesome, dude. On the A350. Okay. That's big time, man.
I love that plane. Every product I've flown to that plane has been top notch.
Insane. Dublin to Boston on JetBlue Mint. Oh, 60K Etihad miles. I'm a big fan of Dublin, man. I don't Dublin is I mean, as far as Irish cities go, Dublin is a world city. You could almost say it's not an Irish city because it's like Miami or Paris, or it's a world city. But you cannot have a bad time in Ireland. You can't.
I want to make my way there, and Edinburgh, Scotland.
Yeah. Edinburgh's on the list. That'll be really fun. Johnny Jimenez says, "What's up, Chad? Luke, what's up, Johnny? DC to Zurich. Did I do that? No, I didn't do that. Swiss business class for a 2-week honeymoon. That's a big time trip. Switzerland and Austria. I like it, man. Some people say that Swiss business class was kind of vanilla, but I will say that's the appeal. It's not spectacular, but the fact that it is baseline good is what makes it special. Like, you know what you're getting with the Swiss.
Now with the Swiss business class, I think Portugal has it, but do they have the throne seats in Swiss business class as well?
100%, yeah, and it's big.
Okay.
Swiss business class is the only business class where the flight attendant woke me up because he had to approve my CPAP machine. And I said, I'm pretty sure this is not going to bring the plane down, man. But they're squared away. You know what you're getting with Swiss. You know everything's going to up and up. Question. It's France, Italy, Switzerland, Spain, Portugal, and UK expensive. What do you think about that, Chad? Those are different places, so they're all going to be different level of expensive and budget.
I've been to 3 out of those 5, and I would call UK the most expensive. Just with things that I purchased. I didn't find France to be terribly bad, neither Italy. And I went to a couple of different cities in Italy, and even in Rome, in the city center, of course, you're going to pay more, a little tourist markup. But apples to apples, I found I spent more in the UK.
I've been everywhere but the UK. And I would say one place here jumps out off the screen and just right in my face. Switzerland is, when people say, hey, be careful, it's expensive there, I always go, shut up. Switzerland, you don't do that. We sat down for a lunch, just schnitzel and we might have had a beer, but I want to say it was $160, three of us for a lunch. And it was downtown and it was cool, but it was kind of like family sitting. So we're like sitting like really close. You know how the Germans and Swiss, they have those big tables where you might be sitting
like the picnic tables.
Yeah, you might be sitting right next to another family or something.
Yeah,
it was one of those deals, but it was expensive enough to where I had to say, hey, wait, guys, let's try to figure out some techniques to save some money for the next couple of days.
Because it was crazy. But
France, Italy, Spain, I would. Man, it's been so long since I've been to Spain, but Portugal, we were there in March. A big fan of Portugal, man. Huge fan. The food, the laid back people, the easy ride. That's the closest flight really to Europe.
Yeah.
Big fan of Portugal. So I would say for me, I can't speak on the UK, but Switzerland, way more expensive than the rest. And Portugal, probably less expensive than the rest.
Yeah, I would say the UK because remember, they don't use euros like everybody else. They're pound sterling, so they're still competing with the euro and the dollar on exchanges.
Switzerland's Swiss francs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I still got to make it there. I was supposed to go to Lugano, but there was a change when I went to Italy. I was up in Como, and I was supposed to take the ferry and take a coach ride from Lugano around the lake down back, and it didn't work out.
I like Switzerland. The price, the prices won't. I'll still return. Like it wasn't that expensive, but I would be aware of that. Headed to Tampa for extended Columbus Day weekend. Grand Hyatt in Tampa. I want to say no. I didn't stay at the Grand Hyatt. I stayed at the cheaper Hyatt. Yeah,
Tampa's great. A nice hotel.
Tampa's really great though.
Yeah,
great town. We went to a football game there.
Yeah, if he's talking about the one by the airport, I stayed by that one. They upgraded me to a corner suite. As a matter of fact, I put a video on it. It's panoramic windows. Wow. Great property. There's a great restaurant downstairs, and you are in spitting distance of everything, including the casino.
Look at this, Brady. Booked Cancun in business class in January. $20K and then $40K back just to get out of the Ohio winter. Come on, man. This dude is killing the game so hard. They might disqualify him. The casino might kick him out. He's hurting them too bad. 5 nights on Baker's Cay. That's big time, dude. Eduardo, nice work, man. We got a lot here. I don't want to. Yeah. Another key, another Florida key. New St. Regis and Longboat Key, Florida's amazing. I'll keep that in mind because the Keys have a lot to offer. I think for a chill vacation.
I love going to Keys.
Iceland's expensive, like the UK and Switzerland. Yeah, I bet. But at least my family has to go there. They all want to go there. So I do want to move on a little bit.
Okay.
I wanted to. What do we got here? Let me see. Change the words here a little bit. Chad, you are known for the big time redemptions, the first class Emirates, the Qatar Q suites. You don't just do the work, travel, and economy. You punch it up a few levels. Can you tell us how you're able to do that? Is it just the knowledge of the sweet spots, or are you doing something that you can teach us and help us out?
I do exhaustive study because I'm always keeping my eye out for the sweet spots, but then also it's the stuff that's not exactly sexy that you're not going to hear a lot of creators tell you about. Knowing your alliances is huge because it really helps you know who flies where and who's partnered with who. So you know what points, like we had a past comment about using Etihad points to book JetBlue Mint. Like these things, they don't just jump out at people. So that's a big thing for me. And knowing who flies where really helps me out. And then I just stay on the hunt for good deals. I do my spend, I pay my bills, and I just don't throw my points in anything. I like to make meaningful redemptions. And they don't have to be like stratospheric cent per point, but they got to be meaningful. I got some things in the chamber now that I'm looking forward to.
Here's a spinoff question, and this has come up a lot with some different creators with different styles. Seems to me that there's always been people that will say, I don't want to drag in the cents per point debate. That's not what this is about. But they'll say, I don't care about the cents per point. I want to go exactly where I want to go on the exact day I want to go. Now, and they also usually plug in, don't let the tail wag the dog. And myself, I'm the first one to say, my tail absolutely wags the dog. And I'll tell you why. There's not a single destination I want to go to. There might be an area. So I'm going to book the best deal I can find, but be very flexible and open with dates and locations. Do you do that in order to get these great deals? Or are you really, no, I got to be there July 21st and I want to stay in this hamlet in Austria?
No, I lean more towards how you do it, because here's how I see it. I think people like to debate just to debate. And a lot of the times both sides are ridiculous. Because here's the thing. We're all working people. I don't know anybody who's independently wealthy on YouTube that I commiserate with. So it's not the tail wagging the dog. If I'm going to travel with my points, these are currencies. Yes, this tail's going to wag me all day, because if I'm getting no value from it, I might as well pay cash. And that's the whole thing everybody says, is that I want to do things that I don't have to pay cash for. I want to travel the way this echelon travels with this kind of money. So which one is it? Don't tell me you don't care about cent per point. If you don't care about cents per point, it's because you're not good at getting good cents per point.
Now, how about this? If you don't care about cents per point, why do you care about the earning rate?
There you go. Because those are the same people. I don't care about cents per point, but they'll whine that the Amex Platinum doesn't have good multipliers.
Yeah.
So what do you care about amassing points for? What's the point?
Yeah. And like Dem says, they pick the destination, but they're really flexible around the dates. Yeah. Me personally, I have a hard time. Okay, so tell me which is what's the difference between Salzburg, Austria, and Vienna, Austria? What's the difference between Frankfurt, Germany, and Hamburg, Germany? As far as your overall trip, to me, I'm a little flexible on the destination. A lot of times, it's Western, Central, or Eastern Europe, or it's South America. Like, what's the difference? Let me ask you a difference. What's the difference between Lima, Peru, and Santiago, Chile? You're not. I don't know. What's the difference between Argentina and shoot? Help me out here. What we got? Uruguay. Uruguay.
Yeah, Uruguay.
I mean, if one is an exponentially better deal, that's where I'm going, man. And Absolutely. It's because I have a million city list. So I just need to check a box.
And the other thing I found in Europe is that a lot of Americans, because we're not accustomed to it, the high-speed rail system there is efficient, and it's just fantastic. So you can go to northern Italy and end in southern Italy that very same day. You can go to France and wind up in Amsterdam that very same day. Like, you can cover countries in the course of a day. We did a day trip to England. That's how we did it. So, like, a lot of times Americans' way of thinking is that because America as a country is so vast compared to European countries, they think if I go to one place, that's where I have to be, because I'm going to waste 2 days going to Germany from France. No, you're not. It's going to be like 5 or 6 hours.
Right.
That's it. And you're there.
And Dem says that's like the difference between Singapore and Malaysia. I have to admit something. I'm a little bit ignorant, but I don't know the difference between Singapore and Malaysia. But a better for someone who's never been to real Asia, what's the difference for me between Seoul, Tokyo, or Manila? Or somewhere in Vietnam? I know they're completely different, but if I just want to go to Asia, I'm going to pick the best deal there.
Yeah.
And then the next time, and the next time I'll go somewhere different. So and I agree, there is a huge cultural difference, but let's say I'm going to Eastern Africa, or somewhere like that. Am I going to go to Ghana or Ethiopia? I'm just going to go to one, and then kind of ride from there, or Morocco or Algeria. Somebody tell me the difference culturally between Dublin and Edinburgh. Huge cultural difference, in my opinion. But if I've never been to Northern Europe, I don't care which one I go to.
Yeah.
If one is exponentially better deal. Let's see. Recently took a 2-week trip to London, Scotland, Paris, and Normandy. Man, that Normandy would be awesome. Family of 5. You are a glutton for punishment and a stud. $18K cash price reduced to $1,800. Nice move, man.
That's
including
cool.
Food, souvenirs, and attractions. 4K. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. And that's a like you're putting in hitters like London, Scotland, Paris, and Normandy.
Yeah.
That's you only have to do that once a lifetime.
Yeah, you're not going to out of the way places. You're going to, damn.
Oh, Cesar's goes for the deal and try avoiding the same spot. I like that. I'm like you. I have so many places on the list. I don't need to prioritize one over the other, and I don't need to go to the same place twice. I only go to countries I might want to live. So only interested in about 12 countries. See, I'm the opposite, man. I like to visit the ones I know I don't want to live. I like to live a little dangerous. That's why I like South America or Central America. People are like, hey, you have to watch yourself in Central America. Yeah, okay. I don't want to live there. Nothing against any Central Americans. Did Chad get the same architect for his house, or is he in my living room? YouTube Experiments got one of them big houses, man. That's one of them special neighborhoods, man. Big leagues. The flight is part of the experience. Flying economy on the perfect date adds nothing for me.
That right there. I am a huge believer in that. What knocks me for a loop is when people do these redemption, they're like, oh, I'll just fly economy. I don't care how I get there. Look, we are in this game to do things that we otherwise would not do. These subsidies are here for a reason, because once again, if it doesn't matter, then just save up your money, just pay cash.
Yeah, no hassle.
Go into
overtime.
Yeah, go into debt. I don't care.
Work some overtime and take the economy flight.
Yeah, just pay cash. But
I will say this, though. I am supremely jealous of a dude that can fly economy over to Europe. And I say that because when I go on Seats.aero and I look at these routes, and it's like 12,000 points for a direct flight somewhere that I can't do because I'm not sitting in that seat for 8 hours. If I could, my buddy Dino can fly all over the world economy.
Really?
But those Filipinos are tough. They're tough people. I'm not as tough as them.
Me neither. I'll be like the whole first day is wasted because I got to recover from the flight.
It's bad. Stacy said we're right. Jealous of the younger points and milers. Found this hobby later in life. There's too many places for me to add. Yeah, I like you said, you're getting at least a half a day by flying business class, because you can actually wake up and say, all right, I'm ready to do a little something.
That's it.
I lived in Colombia. Probably the best. That's probably the best in South America. So I'm good there. I want to check out. Best is okay. I mean, I've never been there. I did have a trip planned there that I canceled, but you hear a lot of things about Colombia. Love Asia. Japan to Thailand to Singapore. Only 20 to 30,000 points. Yep. Here we go. Flying to Europe in economy. Try flying to Asia. Yeah, Dino does it. He flies to the Philippines. He flew to he did Singapore. And he can do it in economy, no problem.
Wow.
Chad, we're not that tough, dude. You're tall. You have a better excuse. I'm not tall. I just can't do it. And also, like, if I were to fly in a full flight in economy for 10 hours, I would have someone's DNA all over me. Oh. Like I'm going to be sitting like with my shoulders crunched up, and they're going to like, no, no, thank you. That would not be fun. Yeah, East Coast economy to Europe. Here's the thing: you can do Boston to Dublin in 5.5 hours.
Okay.
Some people can do that. The reason why it's so hard for me is it's 5.5 hours overnight. So that's tough. But if you can, if you work third shift or something, and all right. So talked about some trips we did to all right. I hate to do this to some people because I know some people are over it, but I do want your opinion because there's a lot to talk about on this one. First, we're going to talk about, and we can do this brief. We don't have to stay on it forever. But first, I want to hear your surface thoughts on the American Express Platinum refresh. And we don't have to go through every credit because I know a lot of people are. But what do you think overall? Did this hit, or was this a miss?
For me, it hit because of my travel. I was going to keep it anyway. I've flown over 100 flights this year already, so I part-time live in an airport. So I was always going to keep the card unless they started chipping things away. I still think it's crazy. The card's almost $1,000 and doesn't give you guest privileges into the lounge. They added their credits, and people are trying to get in where they fit in, and that's all well and good. The credits don't really blow me away, except for the increase in FHR and the Uber credits. I think they did a fantastic job there. Those two were fantastic and very meaningful. And then I actually did a video for my members on my Did You Know series, because there's like a secret car rental status that's in there with the new status that they put out. So yeah, I liked it. I personally like it. I think they're a hit for people who use a card correctly. I don't know what they're going to be like in 6 months for people who have a platinum card to have a platinum card.
Let me ask you this. Do you own any men's Lululemon clothing?
I got my first shirt in the mail. I ordered one just to see, and I'm like, it's thin. It's thinner than a dinner napkin, so I just use it as a workout shirt. I paid $8 for it. So
I ordered a hoodie the first day it came out. I've already ordered the second hoodie. So and here's the thing, like, it's quality. It's just a plain hoodie. Like, there's no logos on it. So I don't know unless you're a style guy and you dress a certain way and you're a dandy. I don't see how everybody's not getting face value on that $75 a quarter. It seems like I don't know anybody that can't use a plain hoodie. Yeah, or I got 17 or 25 plain hoodies.
When they made this credit, that was the first time I had ever set foot in a Lululemon store. And I'm just looking at the prices like, Jesus. But so I found something, coupled it with a Rakuten deal, and stacked up some points on it.
Well, I know people have already said it, but I'll add to it. On the website, I think every Thursday they refresh it. It's the section called "We Made Too Many." So you can, it's the overstock stuff. Might be some funky colors, or it might just be plain gray. There are definitely a lot of groups that get 15% off if you're a first responder or military or anything like that. You can get 15% off, and you can stack it with Rakuten. So I think that's a win, man. Like, I hate to say it. I was the first one to say, Lulu, what? I'm not wearing tights. And then I actually went there, and I'm like, no, this is just an extra $75 a quarter.
Yeah, I just got a workout shirt, so that's what I use it for.
Chambe says he saved a lot of money because of the information that me and Chad have provided. Thank you, Chambe. Thank you for watching us, man. We're just
you.
Chad, let me ask you a question. This is just off the cuff. My favorite thing about being a guy on YouTube, and I don't know about you, but in my personal life, I take a lot of heat for being a YouTuber because some people still think it's silly. But listen, my favorite thing about YouTube is when a guy gets on here and says, Luke, I just took my wife to insert exotic location here for my first redemption. And then they say, like, big league. So, and when I hear that, I'm like, this dude watched one of us or me or you or whatever, and did the research, learned it, and enriched other people's lives, and essentially became a big league husband overnight. I love that. I love that. That's my favorite thing. And I think every one of us, most of us, do that. And it's awesome. That's my favorite thing about making videos.
I'm with you there 100%. I've kind of leaned into My mantra on my channel is I want to make you the smartest credit card user in the room. I don't need a live with 100, 200, 300 people. I would trade all of that for 5 people to be able to say, I watch him because I learned XYZ. He taught me XYZ. I do this a little bit better because, and Luke, you know, there's no better feeling than walking up to that hotel desk. Hey, how you doing? Chad here checking in. I have a reservation. Oh, Mr. Your first name becomes Mr. Your favorite word's complimentary. And
Yeah.
we've taken the liberty of upgrading you. The look on your wife and kids' face.
They love it. They love it. Dad's big time. Husband's big league.
Flapping in the wind.
Yeah, it's big time. It's fun. Guys, my man Rich with Points just ordered us all to hit the like button. We got over 100 folks on the live. Let's slap that like button. James loves the Lululemon government discount. Yeah, absolutely, man. You got to get it where you can get it, man. Ian just got his free pants today. Last month, 75 gift. Oh, he got the gift card and 63 from this quarter. Now, from what I understand, and this is, I don't know this for sure, but maybe Ian can verify it. The terms and conditions say no gift cards, but it seems like if you go to a store, the gift card will trigger the credit, but it will not if you buy a gift card online. And I don't know that for sure, but that's the information I've been hearing. I mean, it sounds
it's a different merchant code. You use their POS at the whatchamacallit codes is a Lululemon credit.
Yeah.
Like some of the Resi restaurants, like I have a special Resi restaurant down here that I love, Okeechobee Steakhouse. They are on the Resi platform, but you got to go to the restaurant to buy the gift card. You buy it online, and it's going to be through a clearinghouse.
That's what I did for my last quarter's Resi. Calder says, ask the lady at Lululemon said there's been an influx of people asking for the $75 gift cards. Yeah, I believe this. Uncle Luke, it's 15% for military and first responders, and I think there might be some other groups on that list that can qualify for a discount. So, YouTube experiment. We're going to get to that, buddy. We're almost there. I got my gift card online and it worked. Okay.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. I got the gift card in store. Okay, so Charles Bush. Listen. We were talking about earlier about meeting people. Mm-hmm. I met Charles Bush at the Waldorf Rome Cavalieri.
Okay.
One of the most beautiful hotels in the entire world. Mr. Charles Bush was there. We just happened to be standing outside waiting for the shuttle at the same time. It's just such a small world when you're in this game.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Went to a Resi restaurant. It was too busy, so I bought a gift card. We don't have a ton in Columbus, but there is one place. I don't know if it's a chain. J. Alexander. I don't know. I don't know where is that pretty much everywhere.
I got one 35 minutes away from my house.
Okay, so I've never eaten there, but it looks like your kind of your prototypical upper scale restaurant. Like it's not like super nice, but enough to where you would eat there and not worry about the price. But I just got the $100 gift card there. I'll probably just grab another one, and because I like to. Maybe I'll take 10 people there.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll take 4.
I mean, you taking 10 people to Hawaii?
No. That's a one-time deal. That's a one-timer. All right. So we're both in agreement. If you're a platinum card holder for the platinum card, it got better.
Yeah.
It costs more, but it got better for the people who use it for what it's intended for. I don't know. I don't think I even saw your response to the CSR upgrade. Can you refresh my memory on that one?
For me, I don't have the CSR, and I think that, just like we were saying before, I think Chase jumped the gun, and I want to say that the competition is good for both Amex and Chase lovers and haters, because Chase gives a cheaper alternative with sort of a generic premium feel compared to the Platinum now. And I think that'll work out for a lot of Chase people who are anti-Amex and Chase people who not even are anti-Amex, but are super hyper Chase lovers. You don't have to be anti-Amex to love Chase. And I think like the people who love Chase can really get behind their changes.
Now, we talked about this too. From what I understand, after the first of the year, the Chase $500 edit credit is going to be straight up $500. It's not going to be biannually. It's just going to be $500, and they're giving you some type of extra hotel $250 credit that you can use with a certain number of different brands, and one of them I think is Marriott and IHG. So easily useful for people in this game. How much does that little tweak change the CSR? Because the edit credit was 2-night minimum and $250 twice a year, first half and second half. That is kind of a pain in the butt.
Is it still a 2-night minimum for the
still
edit
a 2-night minimum, but it's $500 altogether. It makes it quite a bit easier to use.
Yeah, and if you
one
find
shot,
a
one
sweet
kill.
spot, your prepayment for your annual fee before you use any of the other credits, your prepayment for the annual fee, you're getting equal that value just under, because it's $795, right? And you're already at $750.
Yeah.
So I mean, especially one thing about me, I'm an Amex guy, but the way Amex stacks their credits and makes you work harder, it makes people forget the time value of money. Your time is currency. So if you're
100%.
having to plan each thing quarterly, monthly, this, that, and whatever, a lot of people will talk about, I get $3,500 worth of value out of Amex. Okay, but what about the spreadsheets and the alarms that you have to set on your phone to make sure that you eat once a quarter for a discount? Like, you kind of got to balance those, but you don't hear that, you don't really hear it spoken about at that level because it tends to stay, kind of surface, got to keep them clicks coming in.
And I tell you what, I love American Express. I love these credits, but I'm going to be lying if I didn't tell you that almost all of those credits encourages me to spend money I may not have otherwise spent. Just the other day, I have the business platinum and the platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they just gave me $600 in FHR credits, right? I don't have anything planned to go, but there's part of me that says, you have to book something now. So not only do I have to spend the $600, now you have to fly there. Now you have to buy, you have to buy food there. So that $600 credit's going to cost me a couple $1,000. And I have to pull myself back and go, wait a minute. I don't have to go anywhere. That's essentially a top off credit. If I don't use it, I didn't lose anything.
This is true. I ain't gonna lie. I booked something. I booked something for because I knew I was coming here and I didn't know if you were gonna ask me specifically what I booked. I booked a weekend to Niagara Falls. My wife's never been. I used the FHR credit, got the Hilton Falls view, and I got an upgraded room. So out of pocket, I think I'm paying $140 for the weekend, but my 300 credit has been used. We use points. We use Delta points, fly out of Lauderdale. And I got a great deal on Air Canada business class out of Toronto, direct, lay flat seats. It was like, what, $90 for the both of us?
I've never heard of anybody flying Air Canada. I've never done it. I don't know anything about it.
I will. I normally use them to book Lufthansa and other airlines. But I wanted to do it because I'd been to the Maple Leaf Lounge in Toronto and my wife hadn't been. And the one in Toronto is really, really nice. So they didn't have any United or anything. So I just grabbed Air Canada and they had they happen to have a direct flight back. Plus on that bird, they had lie flat seats. So we're gonna lie flat for like 3.5 hours to get back to South Florida.
Nice move. Evan pointed something out. I just fact checked it. It looks like it's still 2 different credits. It's just not biannual. So, I mean, it's still a little bit easier. You could probably do this. I mean, my average stay is probably 4 nights. You could book 2 nights and book 2 nights, but he's right. It's not just $500. It's still $250 twice. It's just not a time constraint. So that changes things a little bit, but I still think it makes it a lot easier to use. Maybe.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Because suppose something comes up, everybody always thinks about vacation stuff, but I travel a lot. Sometimes I just need a hotel close to the airport. Sometimes there's something where I gotta be somewhere and I don't want to drive for hours. And there's a convenient hotel right there. Well, I have credits. I have a stack of cards that gives me this, that. Why don't I just use one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm a pretty what I say a basic FHR user. And here's my favorite way to use an FHR. If I haven't taken my wife somewhere nice in a long time, FHR is perfect. For instance, when they gave me that extra $600, I said, you know what? Our anniversary is on Patrick's Day. My
Mhm.
wife is of Irish descent, so and it's always been a really fun, big time day for us. Day drinking and the music and all. It's our thing, and we've never been to Chicago St. Patrick's Day, so
Okay.
we're going to do the Waldorf in Chicago for 2 nights. It's $300 FHR credit, $300 FHR credit, somewhere really nice. Mom and dad have to go away by themselves once in a while, and so I use it for that. It seems really easy to use. I imagine the edit could be the same way, but it just is a little tougher when it's 2 nights.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't know. But I do think that those 2 things, those 2 tweaks with Chase, I think it brings that CSR closer. I guess it just depends, man. Like if you want the entertainment credit or you want the Apple thing, I think we could all make it work.
Yeah.
But like you said, how much do I want to work for Chase? How much do I want to work for Amex?
Exactly. Because in Chase, it's like we're gonna make it harder for you to get them with 524, but we're gonna make the
Yeah,
cards easier to use. With Amex, we'll give it to your pet dog if they make 30K a year, but
100%.
you're gonna work for these credits to be a part of the Amex family. It's just that balancing act.
Dirk Little, the creator meetup in Puerto Rico. A lot of people are going to be there from the 6th to the 11th, but
Of
I think the
November.
actual hard meetup is going to be the 8th. The Saturday, the 8th, is going to be the official meetup where everybody kind of gets together. And I want to say it's going to be what's T-Mobile Arena, the T-Mobile
Yeah,
Center, or what? It won't be hard to find anybody. I promise.
yeah. That's
Cesar
gonna be
says
November.
Waldorf in Chicago and London House are great. Yeah, I hope so. So okay, so I want to finish this kind of question up, and I want
Mhm.
to kind of put you on the spot.
Okay.
Um, with these changes, now I'm not going to say which one's better because I'm pretty sure you think the platinum's better. How close is it though, and what can Chase do maybe to get closer?
Actually, I think it's pretty close. I already think it's pretty close because Chase's fan base, Chase's fan base, especially those who are influenced heavily by people like us, they're pretty rabid about Chase. They
You know who are Chase fanboys, and tell me if it doesn't make a lot of sense. Chase fanboys are not like us. They're people that don't have a bunch of kids. They're people that don't do traditional grocery shopping. Doesn't it seem like every single one of them? And here's like let me mention this too. So everybody I hear that's Chase fanboy, they don't have a bunch of kids to feed. And this is the other thing that I think is so strange about Chase fanboys. Looking at you, Spencer Johnson, they all say they go to Costco or a wholesale. If you're a single dude and you're 22 years old, what are you doing at Costco? Like, what are you
yeah,
buying? Are you buying steaks in bulk? What? I don't understand it, but I hear the same thing. They don't go to traditional grocery stores because let's face it, Amex has that cornered. I mean,
yeah.
Amex has that in a and they don't have the gas thing. I don't understand because I don't think a lot of people spend a ton of money on gas anyway, unless they commute in California. But it seems like me that Chase fanboys don't go to the grocery store, but for some really strange reason, they go to wholesale big box stores.
I have no idea. I'll
How
never
much would you spend at the grocery store if it was just you? Would you ever go to the grocery store?
not really. I used to order groceries when I was a swinging single. I used to order groceries off of Amazon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because you can order actual groceries off of Amazon. Because I mean, what can I say? I'm a guy. I was living off of ramen noodles, a hope and a prayer. It didn't matter.
All right. I have a special interruption. QB1 is in the house, and I need at least 2 questions for Carlos. So Carlos just got back from an arduous football practice. He's leading the league in touchdown throws.
Okay.
And probably yards.
Probably.
It's
my dog's birthday.
And it's his dog's birthday.
That's what I'm talking about.
Willie the wiener dog. Mr. Hawk has a great point. Amex gives you 6 months to spend it, and Chase only gives you 3. And I think Chase is pretty much a stickler on the 3.
Yeah.
All right, Carlos, we are going. I'll give you the first question. First question is, how many touchdowns are you going to throw Saturday?
Saturday. 4.
What? 4's a lot. 4's a lot.
3.
3. Okay, 3.
Stick with 4.
Stick with 4. shoot for it. And Calder wants to know, how many touchdowns is Jamar Chase going to get for the season without Joey B?
If what's his name?
Jameis Winston?
No.
Who?
Our backup.
Jake Browning?
Yes. If Jake Browning keeps playing the way he is, not a lot. But if he steps up like he did, I think it was last year, a lot more.
I say if we sign Jameis Winston, he'll have 15 touchdowns.
More.
We won't win any games, but he'll have 15 touchdowns. Mr. Glenn Ardonia says, Carlos, will he get one more question?
Not 2, just 2.
Oh, I know.
I like
Who
that
gave you that
one
great
from-
haircut?
From Francis Young.
Here we go. If you're hosting next year's creator meetup, where's it going to be?
Iceland.
You heard it here. If he's hosting it, it's going to be in Iceland. You're going to bring out the big hitters. It's going to be cold and expensive.
Oh, Carlos, would you like?
Last one, guys. Carlos, would you like for you and your dad to read Bill Walsh's book together?
Who's that?
The top 3 football book.
Who's Bill Walsh?
Bill Walsh was the coach of the 49ers. Big, successful, big-time West Coast
When they beat
offense.
the Bengals in the Super Bowl?
He did once, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang it.
All right. So thank you, sir. What credit card dad uses to buy your football gear?
I don't know which one he uses.
All right. Thank you, sir.
But when I go in the tackle, he better give me some arm sleeves.
Arm sleeves. He wants arm sleeves. All right. Thank you, sir. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Say bye. All right.
I'm going to tell Billy to be quiet.
Okay. Thank you. Cold and expensive. I think I met her. I think we've all met her. So, yeah. I agree with you, Chad. I think the CSR, with those changes, and here's another reason why. I don't know if anybody's brought this up, but here's a reason why I think they are very, very close. And I'm an Amex guy. You know I'm an Amex guy. This is a big deal to me. I can get guests into the lounges with Chase. I mean, with Amex, I have to get an authorized user card, and I probably have to pay $50 for Carlos. Or Carlos and Mom go to the Priority Pass Lounge, and Dad goes to the Centurion Lounge, and that's not super cool.
No.
But with Chase, we all get in, and I'll preface that with the lounge access domestically. The way you travel, I think it matters a lot more than the way I travel, because I'm almost doing more international stuff now than I am domestic. So I already have lounge access when I'm traveling international business class. And domestic, I really try to get a direct flight. So I think it pulls really close.
Yeah.
What do you do when you have a single? Listen, I know every dad is like this, but I'm telling you, Carlos in baseball can stand at the fence and hit the catcher in the head. Like we found that he does stuff every practice and every game that we just look at each other and laugh. So the last game of the season, when the other head coach is not there, I'm going to get the ball first, and I'm going to have Charlie throw it out of the field, just because I want everybody to see it. Like he's not going to throw it to anybody. I'm going to tell him to call hike and throw it out of the field, just because I want everybody to see it, and everybody's going to go. So he's not worried about a high safety at all. He's just going to throw it over his head. Chase, like a grocery, makes me highly interested in focusing on city. When I get to 324, what do you think, Chad? Here's a question. This is not scripted. I didn't even think about this. Let's say you do something like Costa, whatever that guy's name, Costandinos, and Amex cancels your cards, at least temporarily. You have a choice to make. What are you going with your groceries and to fill in for Amex? Are you going Capital One or Citi?
Well, I have both cards. I would probably lean towards Citi.
Why?
I've experienced their even though Capital One, that shopping portal it's chum in the water. The Citi interface, their travel partners, and how it's set up, I would probably lean towards them if I had to choose one. If not, I'm picking both of them because I have them both. That's why I was able to get rid of my gold card. I didn't.
I struggle. I struggle with that choice like nightly. I lay my head down on the pillow and my brain says Capital One or Citi, and I'm like, neither one. I use Amex and Chase. Leave me alone. But I constantly go through that, and I love American Airlines miles, but there's something about that daggone Capital One duo. There's something about it that I cannot stop using it. I can't stop using it. So that'll probably haunt me until somebody, goes bankrupt. Calder says Chase needs to fix that tables. I don't have any of those restaurants anywhere near me, like none. Those Sapphire tables. That was really disappointing because I don't exactly live in a small town. I'm talking about the 15th largest city in the country. We have zero. We have zero, none.
Really? You think maybe it's because like you can almost consider it a college town, or at least a large section of it a college town, the University of Ohio there?
I would think that would give us, if that was the truth, we'd have Sapphire tables because we have it's Ohio State, not Ohio University, but that's okay.
My apologies.
That's okay. I didn't go to either one of them. So, but the state is the largest employer in Ohio. We have huge cancer hospitals. So you're talking about tons of professionals and with that, Ohio State at one time was the largest student enrollment in the country. So it's one of those top ones. So you have all those young professionals. That should mean you'd have Sapphire tables. I just don't get it. Maybe we don't have any culture here and nobody likes fine dining. I don't know. I don't like fine dining. So. But you're right.
I did fine dining and I don't care for it.
Mm-hmm. I like the food trucks. I like the food trucks and
give me a roast coach.
I like it, and I like the places where you sit down and there's TVs everywhere.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I did it in Rome at the Palazzo Manfredi, right across from the Colosseum, and oh man, the amount of money we spent, and we were still hungry afterwards. No.
Houston has 12 Sapphire tables. Houston, listen. Have you been to Houston? I'm sure you've been to Houston on your travels.
Yeah, I was there a couple weeks ago. I met St. Patrick.
Yeah.
I met up with him in Houston. He came and met me at my hotel at the airport.
Houston is a food town. Holy smokes. Fantastic. We went to the Astros game, and I want to say they had over 100 food vendors in the stadium. Unreal. I had so much. I would say we were there one day, but I ate like 4 times, and some of the best food I've ever had. I can't wait to go back to Houston just to eat.
Here's what I'll do. I got to get the restaurant, right? My coworker, they brought me this lasagna where they had smoked brisket lasagna. Oh, chef's
I'm good
kiss.
for that. I'm good.
It wasn't smoky and barbecuey. It wasn't like super duper cheesy and perfect balance. Absolutely. I'll send you a link to the restaurant. You can order it because they literally, once they sell out, they close. They cook for the day.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic.
Rich says if she can vacation by herself, she can go to the lounge by herself. That's when I had Rich on here, we talked about me and my wife do solo trips, and she really loves, I do too, going on vacation by herself. And Rich thought that was the most craziest shit in the world.
Yeah, he was flabbergasted.
it's like, but you're super busy. You've got all those kids, all those jobs. Going somewhere by yourself for 2 or 3 days. Oh man.
Yeah, I went to Greece solo.
Yeah, and think of mom. She's got, she's been a mom most of her life. All these kids, all these dogs, all these different things. Just go somewhere for 4 days and drink a pina colada and lay on the beach.
The thing with my wife, she actually doesn't like to travel solo. She'll let me go. She doesn't really want to, but like when she goes away from work, that's her thing. Like, she's in her chamber, and I'm just like, okay. But I had them points. I had to take that Emirates first class. I had to experience it.
Calder says, Luke, do you ever go to Ohio State football? I used to have season tickets. I had Ohio State season tickets, and I gave those up for Bengals season tickets. And I don't have those anymore. So, yeah, I don't go to a bunch of them, but I've been to a lot of them. Carlos went to OSU and Grambling this year with his friend and his dad. So, yeah, we're big Ohio State fans. We have to be here. Plus, let's face it, there's Ohio State. There's everybody else right now in college football. They're that good right now. And I know Spencer Johnson's the Texas guy, but they spanked that Texas. Oh, Chad, here you go. What's your top 3 lounges in USA? And I would say you don't have the Capital One card, the Venture X, do you?
No.
Okay.
The Centurion in Seattle. The Delta Sky Club in Los Angeles. And to be honest, the Delta Sky Club in LaGuardia. Those 3 are my top 3. I'm thinking of every lounge that I've been to. Those 3 are by far are my top 3.
My number 1, and it's not. There's no debating. My number 1 is Capital One Lounge in DFW. 100%. And now here's crazy. My number 2, Capital One Lounge at Washington Dulles. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with the Sapphire Lounge. Did you want to? You got to put it in there.
Boston. The one in Boston, my favorite.
I like the one at JFK. But what's funny is, I probably won't go there if I go to JFK again because there's a Capital One Lounge next to it. Yeah. So I like them all better than the Centurion. I'll walk past the Centurion to go to the Capital One Lounge in Dallas.
I'm going to be trying the Delta One Lounge at JFK. For our redemption to go to Niagara, we use Delta points, got business class, and we got to stop in JFK. So we'll be able to test out that Delta One Lounge since we have an international business class ticket. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And then honorable mention, the Delta Sky Club in Salt Lake City. Beautiful space. Just flat out great. Also,
my honorable mention will be this sounds funny, but really any of the Sky Clubs in Atlanta because of the Nashville chicken salad sandwiches. Oh my God. I don't, it's that kind of like not super spicy, but little kick chicken salad and the little tiny sandwiches. Oh yeah. I love it. Oh, let me scratch that. I'm going to go with the Sky Club in New Orleans for the muffalados and the gumbo and the Louisiana food.
We flew American, so
it's a little tiny one. It's small, but come on, gumbo at the airport, yeah. Son, thank you for the 2-spot, big guy. Son has been a longtime friend of the channel. Loves to participate in the online chats. Points with Phillips in the house. What's up, man?
Yeah, internationally, the lounge, the Lufthansa lounge in Frankfurt. The Al Safa Lounge in Doha, Qatar, and the Lufthansa Business Lounge at the Athens airport was actually a very comfortable, cozy space.
Monty says, what's up, Monty the card nerd? Monty's got a channel as well. Definitely check him out. It's another guy with a different perspective. And guys, I can't stress enough, if you don't quite agree with somebody, just watch the same topic from a different creator, and he might have a completely different take on it. I don't think anybody's take's wrong. It's just different. Like me and Chad, we're obviously older. We're not 21 years old. So we have a different take on a lot of this stuff. But Monty's got a good take. Check him out. He likes the LaGuardia Sky Club as well.
It's a huge space. It's absolutely massive. I find it better than the JFK ones.
San likes the pier in Hong Kong. Never been there. I have been to the Lufthansa in Frankfurt, and I have been to Al Swafa in Doha. And the one thing I'll always remember about the Al Swafa in Doha is I got there, I took a shower, I sat down to where they were bringing me my food, and they brought me my food, and I took a bite, and I got the notification my flight was leaving. So I didn't really get to eat. But then the one thing I remember the most is that's where I met Dino, Glenn Ardonia. He met me in Qatar when we went to Dubai. Now, he had flown all the way from Vegas in economy. So I saw him and I was like, hey, buddy, how was economy? But again, dude's tough as nails, doesn't care. Can do economy all day. Man. Yeah. It's a hard man, dude.
Very first, that's my top one.
That's a lot different. That's a completely different experience than airport lounges. Newigan doesn't like the Saver.
Really?
Entertainment category is limited, and Capital One likes to tinker with the cards too much. We're just talking about the 50th refresh on the CSR and Platinum, and Capital One tinkers with their cards too much. The Venture X has never changed. They took a couple things away, but
because even with the tinkering, the nuts and bolts of the card remain the same. They don't really mess with the absolute earners of the card. Like that Saver card, when they used to have the 4% and 3%, the $99 one, the free one, like, I mean, who's paying $100 for 1% like that?
Yeah. And a lot of people did, but it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Philip likes the Air France lounge in Paris. I didn't like it that much because I got stuck there for like 6 hours. So it changed my experience.
The reason I don't include that is because it all depends on which one you go to. Because they are vastly different. There's
some of it looks like a third world.
Yeah, there's the international one when you're leaving Paris, but then there's the inter-European one that has a totally different feel to it.
Sure.
That, it may sway you.
Yeah.
I've been to both, and I enjoyed both.
Uncle Luke says DFW Capital One Lounge, mac and cheese with brisket. That's big time. That is big league. And I tell you what, the food at the Capital One Lounge in Washington Dulles, I missed my flight coming back from Prague. Long story, but I ran. That was the last time I ever ran. And I'm not a runner, but believe it or not, I'm not much of a runner. But I missed my flight, but I got to hang out in that lounge for about 2 or 3 hours. I'm not going to say it was worth missing the flight, but it made missing the flight not as bad.
Didn't sting. It didn't sting that much.
Then Dino says at Capital One Lounge, this dude should be working for Capital One. They're probably going to contact him soon. Ricky's travel hacking. Guys, if you don't know Ricky's a mastermind. He's at the meetup in New Orleans.
He was. I thought I did meet him.
Yeah, he's big time. He's always doing big time redemptions and winning Rubik's Cube championships. For Frankfurt, I think the Lufthansa Panorama Lounge, best of the Lufthansa Lounge, and yeah, I don't know if I saw that one. I think I was in one of the lesser Lufthansa lounges, but it was huge, so I had to sit with anybody.
Yeah, the one I went to, I enjoyed it.
They won't give me the Saver with the bonus. If you listen, I'll say something hot take. If you have the Venture X, I would say get the Saver without the bonus. Next week, next month, next year, you're not going to care about that $200.
Yeah,
but you will have a duo they can use hard forever. Some people might not agree, but
I would say that because here's my new thing that I've been leaning towards, because I'm another hot take. I get tired of people whining and complaining about credits. They act like these credit card companies are just supposed to say, here's a bunch of free stuff, just take it and you don't have to pay for it. And a lot of the times people will outline credits one by one and don't talk about how things work together. For that, especially with the Capital One Duo, with how powerful it is, especially in their ecosystem, layered on top of their shopping portal, layered on top of the acceptability, layered on top of the benefits. Like it's like, yeah, the sub is the icing on the cake, but you have a system that you can lock up that would be worth it. Some cards, yeah, they're not worth it without a sub because you're not going to get anywhere near the return. But with Capital One, how they have their whole ecosystem fully involved, I would say do it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Like you said, with the shopping, with no foreign transaction fees. And that's a great card to take with you if you plan on doing any kind of grocery shopping, because you're eating food. A lot of places you can go to a little grocery store and stock up, and the entertainment category. So I would get it. If you don't want to do that, I can understand. But for me, 20,000 points is not going to make or break my earnings for the year. So I would want the card that I really want to use. All right, let me see what I have here. Okay. This is what we talked a little bit about offline. And when I want to know where does this come from? And I want to explain to the guys that don't know what I mean about this. But Chad is a natural leader for a lot of reasons. When I first wanted to do a creator meetup, Chad was really inspirational in helping me do it, helping me promote it. And we had a lot of trouble. We wanted to rent a venue. We wanted to rent a space. We found out that some of these places were $65,000, which didn't make a lot of sense. And Chad kind of took over and said, hey, let me find a spot that works. So we ended up getting a spot at Italy for free. Everybody really liked it. It was kind of really good for our first time out. And then when you watch Chad's videos, he is a leader of this community in this kind of, we have a group of like 10 or 12 creators that are kind of all together and kind of all, intermingled. And Chad, what makes you kind of the leader of the pack? And it's almost like a behind the scenes leader, because you're not super loud. You're not super, you're not pushing yourself on anybody. But what is it about you that makes you in this leadership position of our kind of group of creators?
Well, I try to promote like just right thinking. You know what I mean? I want people to look at the whole picture. And sometimes, you just got to learn how to speak, like meet people on their level and speak to them in ways that they can understand. Because if we don't, the marketing is going to sink us all. And the marketing, as we both know, is powerful. I booked the trip just because they
100%.
gave me $300. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? And a lot of people lose track of the fact that it is us versus them. No matter what credits they give you, they're in it to make money. They're not in it to make you comfortable. So it's like, you know what? Let's put our money to the greatest use. And on top of that, I've blown up my credit more than once. I used to have soul-crushing debt. I've dug myself out of holes. And if I have something that can prevent somebody from, as my martial arts teacher would say, the best path through a minefield is in the footsteps of the last guy who made it. If I can make my footsteps a little deeper, easier to see, just follow me through and let's make it happen.
Yeah, I'm not going through a minefield. I can't imagine what will be on the other side that make me want to go through there. But I was also a Navy guy, so I didn't have to do that. Real quick before I want to respond to that, but Points with Philip says he uses his Capital One Duo exclusively when he's traveling. And I get that, because a few trips of mine, that's the only thing I used. It's just an easy setup. Normally your Venture X has your Venture X generally has a high credit limit. It has all the travel protections and all the Visa Infinite stuff. So it's, and then the saver kicks in with your food, you go to a play or something. I don't know what other people do, but I think the Capital One Duo is legit. I think it is. And so does Points for Philip. And yeah, I will tell him Mr. Chad rated #1. Okay. His cousin works at the Amex Lounge in Seattle.
Oh,
nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think you're right. And one thing I like about how you do your YouTube business is you're not afraid to call out really, what do the kids call it? Sus behavior. Like if it's sus, and what I mean by that is, guys, we're not perfect in the creator space. I think everybody is susceptible to jumping on trends. And then it takes one person to go, hey, wait a minute, this trend is stupid. This trend is not, this is not accurate. And Chad's usually the first one to call out and say, hey, wait, we're going off the rails here. This is not quite as foolproof as everybody's saying it is. So I like it, and I'm glad you're with us in this space, and love hanging out with you and love meeting up with you. So can't wait for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Guys, we've got about 5 or 10 minutes left, so if you want any questions, I'll make sure to get them in. We got 141 people in here. Slap the like button for us.
Hit that thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah, if you didn't get your question in, I'm sorry, but you can put it in there now. We'll definitely get to it. So for me, I kind of skipped over what'd you book, because the last thing I booked was a Costa Rica trip for spring break next year.
Okay.
And I'm on the like, if you didn't know this, I cancel almost everything I book.
That's what I was just about to ask you. You
Almost
booked it. Are you
everything
keeping it?
I don't know. And this is why I say that. And I want to put this out for other people. I'm a big fan of Avianca Life Miles. I think they have a lot of good deals. They have a subscription service that gives you a lot of great benefits that I don't have anymore. And this is what I want people to be aware of. Avianca, they have very difficult customer service, but if you want to cancel an Avianca flight, it's going to cost you between $50 and $150 per ticket to get your points back. So I did think about, I didn't book the return trip yet. So I was thinking, I can cancel this Marriott with points trip, no problem, get them all back. Let me call Avianca and see what's up there. So this is just Columbus to Liberia, Costa Rica. 51,000 Avianca Life Miles. So it's 51,000, but to get my 51,000 Avianca Life Miles back, I think it was $100 a ticket. So 3 tickets. So it would cost me $300. Now let me ask you this. Would you pay $300 to get your 51,000 Avianca Life Miles back?
I might have took that trip. I might have took that trip. Because what are you paying in taxes to go? Because I know normally they don't pass over carrier fees.
No, but it's I want to say I don't remember, but it wasn't a high tax and fees. It wasn't high. So you would get that back, but you would, to get your 51,000 points back, I would basically be eating $300.
Yeah,
and
no, I'd make that trip work.
Yeah,
I would make that one work. Can't even
now,
lie.
if you have the subscription, the Life Mile subscription thing that I used to have when I had the credit card, cancellations are free.
Oh,
you just call them, get your points back. So I think I'm going to go. And if I'm honest, Costa Rica is a good trip for us. It's like the adventure jungle type thing. Put it like this: from what I understand, is I need to rent the biggest SUV they have, because there's a river crossing on the way to the resort. Now, your uncle likes some adventure. I don't know if I want to do a river crossing in Costa Rica in an SUV, but we're going to do that. So I'm a little bit skeptical about that. But Ricky says, if anyone's jumping on Royal Jordanian status match, you can match their gold status. Then you get One World Sapphire, and you can use AA flagship lounges even on domestic travel. That's a big deal. See, that's Ricky's killer. Ricky's a killer, dude.
Yeah, I will be looking at that, as a matter of fact, because I take my notes. Because I'm not a young man anymore, so I can't just remember a lot of this stuff. Right. Well, I can't find my pen. Damn it.
Royal Jordanian status match. Calder says he's in the market for a CPAP. What are the things to look at for non-negotiables? And Points with Philip says he loves the humidifier. Yeah, I think you got to have a humidifier. I'm not going to pretend like I'm a CPAP expert. I've had 3 of them, machines. I don't know. Only thing I can tell you is if your doctor says to use it, be compliant, because they have a little SD card and all that information goes back to your doctor. And if you're not compliant, the insurance will not pay for it. Also, sleep apnea will kill you. So if your doctor says use a CPAP machine, just do it. I have a funny story since we're all the way at the end of this. We won't get demonetized, and I'll try to watch my language. But I got my CPAP machine as a single guy, right? And not single, but with my wife was my girlfriend. You know how it is when you have we were off and on for a little bit, so I'm not stepping on anybody's toes here. But people would make fun of me for having a CPAP. I was in my 30s, like mid 30s, so everybody made fun of me for having a CPAP machine. And like my wife would make fun of me, but they said, and people would say, "What do you do when you have someone over and have sex?" And I would just go, a lot of times, and Chad, you could probably attest, a lot of times I go to sleep after I have sex, not before. But they so it's just, and then my wife used to make fun of me, and she said, you know, if you do anything, I'm just going to grab the hose and pinch it and all that stuff. So CPAP Nation, baby. We had one for a long time. I don't have any idea why I told that story, but hopefully somebody thought it was funny. Too easy to say, told you so about Alaska deval. I don't know. Did they do something? Did they do a deval? I'm not familiar.
With Alaska?
The only thing about Alaska, I told everybody when the hype train was super rolling there, I'm transferring 400,000 in my points to Alaska. Listen, when you get into that Alaska program and you're wanting to fly those American Airlines flights, you're going to see a ton of Phantom Award availability. You're going to say, oh, sweet. That's exactly the route I want to go. That's exactly the amount of points I want to use. I'm going to book it. Click, click, click.
404, page
click.
not found.
It doesn't exist. But, you know, I love Alaska. Yeah, Ricky. Hey, I'm going with Ricky. No devals with Alaska as far as I know. I'm taking everything Ricky says. Might have missed it, but how much is Avianca membership? They have like 3 tiers of a subscription service. And I think it can be $25 a month. I do like the subscription service, and I think if you're interested in it, you should look at the Avianca credit card and the subscription service. There's a lot of value there. I had both for a year. I definitely got value out of it. I don't know if it'd be good for everybody, but let's possibly get together before Adam Sandler on the 15th. I think I'm headed to Columbus early in the day. Before Adam Sandler I'm not going to Adam Sandler, but yeah, we can get together. I'm headed to Columbus early in the day. The 15th. What day is the 15th? It's a Wednesday. Yeah. Let's try to do that. By the way, I'm going to be down by your workplace tomorrow at 8:00. Oh. First words I hear coming to the stream was coming over to get sex. You didn't miss anything. Did I say that? Okay. All right. So points with Phil laugh. Yeah, he's a CPAP Nation. Anybody that's part of CPAP Nation will laugh at that because, you know, you get all the Darth Vader, you know, cracks and different, but it's not. And I would tell anybody, don't listen to him. That CPAP machine will save your life.
Yeah, I know a couple of creators who use CPAPs. I mean, I'm not going to call their names, but yeah, I know a couple. I'm surprised I don't need one. My wife has told me I probably need one, but I don't go to the doctor because I'm a guy and all.
Yeah, I understand. Here's the thing. I will say this. I'm not a doctor guy. I don't like going to the doctor, but CPAP machine might be the most drastic change in my entire life ever. It made the most change in how I live my life. More than hormone therapy, more than working out, more than anything I've ever done. That CPAP machine has changed my life for the better.
Wow.
I believe you have to be flight booked using Royal Jordan points. All right, we're gonna have to look into that. We're gonna, we're gonna have to look into the Royal Jordan stuff. Watching from the flagship American Airlines lounge on ORD. Quick trip to Dublin. Man, Mertz points and miles. Nice move, man. Good time to go to Dublin right now, I think. Best sleep ever after using my CPAP. 100%, man. It changes your life. And here's what I mean by that. If you haven't slept in years, you will feel amazing when you finally sleep.
Mm.
And the people say, "Well, I can't wear that." Shut up. There's no shut up. There's no I can't do this. There's no it looks funny. It's uncomfortable. I go like this, and no, put it on and go to sleep. Don't give me that. What the heck? All right, what we got here? Shout out to medical science. Need government funding to make it happen, though. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Chad, I want to thank you for coming on. Great talking to you. Can't wait to see you. It's only going to be, what, it'll be 5?
It's like next month. That's like 5 weeks.
Yeah. We're like less than 5 weeks away. And we're going to be in beautiful Puerto Rico with none other than Cesar Joel. Can't wait.
I got a pro tip.
Okay.
Just to let you guys know, fly a lot of Delta, bags on time credit. Keep them honest. My whole flight from Puerto Rico back to the States in comfort, cash value $750 was paid for by bags on time, $2,500 increment points that Delta has paid me for simply not having my bag on the belt on time. Just free point. They literally bought my flight.
What's the time? What's the time it has to be there?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah.
I've
heard a lot of people doing that. You just have to message them, right?
Huh?
You just have to message them, right?
That's all you do. When that door opens, that's when the clock starts. That's it. You can do it at the airport, but you get 3 days. 3 days. Let's do it the German way. 3 days to do it. You can do it on your computer. You can do it on your phone, so you don't have to rush. Once that door opens, it's all an algorithm. You never speak to a soul. You either qualify or you don't. And those points, they come right in. Just got a cramp.
Rod is going to give us a question. I don't want to. Rod's the senior chief, so I want to. He said you skipped his comment under this. I don't remember investing with Rod. I don't remember his comment, but I'm going to give him a minute to get it in here because Rod is a retired senior chief in the United States Navy, and that means he pretty much ran the world for a little while.
Yeah, I saw him saying what's up to people. I didn't see. Oh yeah, what's up, Luke? Chad in the chat.
What's up, Chombe? What's up, Filmo? Where's?
Yeah, I didn't see a comment.
I don't see it.
I thought he was talking to the rest of the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Rod's, he said he's running in on the other login. You know, he's got like 12 logins.
Yeah, that dude, he got a lot of channels.
All right. We're going to give him like 1 minute. Rod, you got like 1 minute? If not, we'll be here next week at Thursday, 7 o'clock. I hope Delta buys JetBlue when they go under. That's interesting. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get off here. Like I say every time, I super appreciate everybody that comes on here. We do really have one of the most positive communities and ways to share information in which everybody and all of our lives benefits from. You know, your wives benefit from it. Your kids are enriched by it. Appreciate everybody coming by. Appreciate you, Chad, for stopping by. You got any closing comments for the guys?
As always, when people invite me, I just got to extend my gratitude to you. Thank you so much for having me on your platform. I appreciate it greatly. Just appreciate being able to meet you, the family out in the wild, and just the cohesiveness that we've brought together here. You're a big player in the game, and just my appreciation to you and everyone who's come out and take time to have a conversation with us.
Awesome. And with that, guys, I do not have anyone scheduled next week. I think I'm going to do a solo one, and then I'll get some more scheduling. And we're going to have Chad on again real soon, so stay tuned. But I'm out of here, guys. Thank you for stopping by.